Hey, Sonali.
Win.
Hi. Loto sao e mai. Ma'a. My name is Matthew. What I said, my name is Matthew. I'm from the Northern Fork, Northern River tribe. First, I'm going to show a movie. The movie's basically, it's a video about, it's a poem. Yeah, was told by those old ones. Alright, let's go. We got it. Let's go again. Take two. I was told by those old ones.
That every song has a special time and a place where it's saying, this is our time.
And this is our time.
You used to say the only good Indians were dead Indians.
I must be no good.
No good at being no good at being Indian.
No good.
Be no good at being Indian.
Because I'm still alive and kicking.
We are the bastard reject children.
Of manifest destiny.
The offspring of poetic gangsters.
Raised by our grandparents who told us.
Not to confuse being warriors with gangsters. The Edwin Curtis groupies get jazzed by anyone fitting the bill. And America gets juiced by every bury my heart at Walmart. Bury my heart at Walmart.
By every bury my heart at Walmart phone. Here I stand before you, this crowd of nations.
This life of sanctions and awkward patience like 500 BIA buildings, First the Father's unfiltered hate.
Right next to the IHS building with a 2.5-week wait. With a cinder block battlefield where few are left standing. And the people it's failing.
It's marginalized as safe.
I am armed to the teeth.
With words from the ivory tower and those good Indian souls.
It's borrowed power.
If I talk loud enough, if I talk clear enough, that I would be heard.
Ma Kenny Ma Anupa Ikat Ali Kaloa. That for some talking is seen.
And that for some singing is praying.
But I guess that depends on who's doing the talking. I guess that depends on who's doing the listening.
So understand me in English.
You have been robbed of your tongue. The taproot of thought in the middle of resistance.
In the middle of resisting, the language got caught, and she only shows her face during ceremony.
Like she's ashamed of her scars.
Like what she has to say is never really heard at all.
And the violence she knows is enough to never sing again.
But I killed the cameraman. I stripped him of his lens.
I photographed the body and asked him to forgive.
Forgive me as I cut out your tongue.
Forgive me as I put you in this powdered wig. Forgive me as I put your body in a museum.
Forgive me of all my sins.
For not being a good Indian. The balls of your forefathers betrayed it for whiskey.
To fuel the Molotov cocktails, to be tossed at your cities.
And the breasts of your mothers severed in blood.
Will be sold to the freak show.
Will be sold to the freak show in the revelry's mind.
Your children will witness their whole world collapse.
Kidnapped siblings must erase names off maps.
So forgive me of all my sins.
For not being as good, Indian.
I was taught better than that. I have more respect than that.
I have more respect than that.
More respect.
I have no respect for that. So there is no history book with my story.
There is no newspaper to give me my glory.
Because no one has heard this language in years. As Kokopelli,
Dream catchers and the trail of beers.
my voice is a smallpox blanket
That spreads like fire on the prairie.
Infecting both fists and hats.
in the spirit.
In the spirit.
In the spirit of fucking spirit. For me, that video is it's basically what I'm doing right now with the language. Is basically that's what I'm doing. I have to carry it on my back per se. Sometimes I feel like I'm even teaching the old ones the language while I'm trying to learn the language, and then plus also teach my son the language. So it becomes overwhelming at times. I have some pictures that I'd like to share. Like, we were supposed to talk about the culture and the language. After I seen that video, I kind of got a little shook up. But, we were talking about the village up in Concal and how we go up there and we camp every summer, or we do our language program. This is what the caretakers up there have rebuilt the village up there by Concal Lake. And here are some bar cuts, which sometimes the kids stay the night in still. When we go up there for our language conferences or language program. This is our kumni, which is a roundhouse, not so much a dance house, but more as a story house, for certain reasons. Let's see if I can make the picture bigger. We were talking about, my uncle over here was talking about, they marched us from up in the hills. After doing some research, I found out that right here on this campus was one of the posting areas or holding areas where they would hold my people or the local Indians, Native Americans. When they brought them down, they would hold them in pens, like animals, like cows, ranchers, and ship them off to certain areas. This right here is a picture of downtown Orville. Right here in the middle are local Indians. You can't really see it too good, but on the outside are Orvillians or people of the city. They're throwing tomatoes and lettuce at them as they're marching through off to Round Valley. We've seen this picture before at the treaty signing. As Wally also was mentioning that my bloodline comes from Polga. I've heard 3 different names for the area, which I say Kemsawi, Ma'a, which is I'm not real sure. I know it's river tribe, but I'm not real sure about the Kem part. Also, I've heard Nimshu. This is Nimshu, the Dogwood area up in Nimshu territory, which is on the other side of Paradise. The North Fork comes in, and then you have Polga on this side, and Nimshu on this side. The Indians will go over here. This is our roundhouse. These here in front are all my uncles. I don't know. I can't name them, but they're all Gramps boys. And this is a roundhouse that was in Dogwood over in Nimshu. Back to the march. There's stories of starvation, leaving bodies over sick Indians that couldn't make it, older Indians. As you can see here, these are pictures. These are pictures of small children that were slaughtered on the way over to Cobolo. Some of them maybe had their heads bashed in. Soldiers would see a mother milking or feeding a baby. The baby was sick, and they'd come up and just grab it by the ankle, slam its head against a rock. Here you see it. This is a pile of young children, Native American children, Concal, local Indians. As you can see, they're just going to burn the bodies. But some bodies weren't lucky to get burned. Some of them they just left along the side of the road for coyotes or bears or mountain lions to eat. Here's a picture of Hesi, which is part of a kutsu, which is part of a society. I don't want to say religion, spirituality. I think this guy, I think is Pomo. I have some maps. This is a map of Machupta territory, which is in Chico. Orville is over here, the north branch. This is Concal Valley and Polga is up this way. What I have to show this map for is because I'm researching the dialects of the Koyonkawi language. I've already written a paper which is pretty extensive. In my research, I've been going over to the Dorothy Hill collection in Chico, at Chico State, in the museum, and doing a lot of research for the tribe, for the language, and for historical places. I've noticed some matching in the dialect, but from the person who I received or is archived in there about the language, he states that his mother was from Conca Valley, and his father was from Wailaki, and the only reason why he claims that he speaks or says that he's Machuca is because he was born in Chico Rancheria, so that's why he says he's Machuca. But the language doesn't match Machuca at all. It's basically a mixture dialect of Concal and I don't see no Wailaki in it, but it's a mixture of dialects. This is where my Bud Light comes from. Is up here in Polga, Polga is still up there. It was a mining town at once. A man named Martin Gramps came in and turned it into I don't want to say a big old town or anything, but at least a mining town, because Conca Valley at one time was called Spanish Town, and in that area it was a cowboy town. There was whorehouses, there was all kinds of things. So, in my opinion, that's one reason why they wanted to force the Indians out, get that gold and build their big cities. Here's another one. This map shows more up in the Polga. Polga would be up this way. There's not really a lot, but it shows the Machuca again in Chico, all the way down into Nevada City, which would be southern Maidu land. There's a story that says that I don't know if a lot of people know where Huncut is. There's a creek called Huncut Creek. In between Huncut Creek and a place called Loma Rica is supposed to be a border, and in that border it's a no man's land, to where there was no villages built, only hunting and fishing and a necessity area, and that's how some people say that the Maidu separated from the mountain Maidu, southern Maidu, and Conca Maidu. That's how the boundaries, because we didn't have fences, we didn't have lines. It was all, some people say landmarks, and maybe not even that. Other people say that we put rocks up, stacked them up in the pyramids, or little landmarks to measure the border areas and such.